Listen up, hockey fans. You're in the right place. A no-hold-barred debate between two hockey fans. Stay up to date on current issues in the NHL, even the controversial ones. Welcome to The Debate Hockey Podcast with your host, Brad Burud.
Kept in by Gustafsson. Here's Kane. Now shot, scores! There it is. The Hawks are all going to come off the bench. On this night, the K in Kane stands for 1,000.
Patrick Kane with his 1,000th point just the other night. He's still a really relevant scorer in the league.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's probably one of the best U.S. players to ever play in the NHL.
This is episode number 88 of The Debate, January 20th, 2020. I am the host of the show, Brad Brew, joined alongside my co-host, Blake Friars. NFL playoffs disappointed me yesterday. How about you?
Well, I didn't get to watch any of the games. I was on an airplane coming from Cincinnati, Ohio. Went there with the girls' hockey team, so I didn't get a chance to watch any of the games.
You didn't miss anything yesterday. The Chiefs game wasn't
Actually, I watched the second half of the
bad.
Packers game. That's all I caught. And by the time I turned it on, it was 21-0.
That was done.
Yeah.
Sucks because last week I was actually I'm not a huge football guy, but I was pretty that was pretty good. There's some good games and stuff, but hopefully we get a good Super Bowl. Now, they take a week off for the Super Bowl. Which, I don't even want to talk about that. But do you think taking a week off just kind of kills the...
Well, it's media week, right?
So? How much can we talk about this?
Yeah, I don't know. It's an intriguing matchup. It's the Chiefs' first Super Bowl in 50 years. Two electric quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes and Jimmy Garoppolo. I'll definitely be watching for one simple reason. It's two new teams. I mean, 49ers, it's been, I think, 2014 since they went with Colin Kaepernick. And
he's not. We're not allowed to talk about him on this show.
I mean, I'm just saying that's the last time they went. He was a QB against the Ravens.
Okay.
And then, yeah, it's always like the Patriots going. The Patriots.
Oh, I'm glad it's not
Patriots.
Patriots.
It's just a new team coming out of the
I thought it would have been kind of cool if it would have been the Packers Chiefs, because Super Bowl one 50 years ago was Packers Chiefs.
Packers Chiefs.
That'd be kind of cool.
That would have been cool. Yeah.
Major League Baseball lays down the law on the stealing signs scandal. The Astros.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I laughed about this because I think sign stealing has been part of baseball since the beginning of time.
Well, absolutely, but you can't cheat.
This was over the top.
Yeah. I mean, they used his camera in center field. They had a video guy relaying.
They had hired employees cheating,
and they banged a bat on a barrel for a curveball, slider, fastball. It's just super in tech, and the Astros are a really cocky bunch, and now they're getting peppered with media, and they're going, oh, no comment. Now they don't want to talk.
Yeah.
Now they're just dead silent. Well, they got caught red-handed, and I think players should get disciplined for this. I mean, because they were caught up in it. Sure, you can fire the manager and fine the owner $5 million. He wipes his ass with $5 million. That doesn't matter to him. I mean, if you really want to punish the team,
this is gonna tear down that team.
Suspend some players. What's a better way to punish them? If the draft picks, sure, they took away 2 first-round picks in 2 seconds, but I mean, if you really want to punish a team, and for teams not to do this in the future, suspend some players.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not.
Where do you stop though? You got to suspend all of them because they all knew of it. I mean, seriously, where do you stop?
I don't know.
So how often do you think cheating happens in hockey?
How can you cheat in hockey?
Well, I don't know. I'm asking you a question.
I mean, you can watch film on how to score on a goaltender. That's not cheating.
I'm just asking a question.
I mean, hitting a baseball is super hard. It's a lot easier when you know what pitch is coming. They had buzzers on their chest that it was so bizarre. I've never seen anything like this.
I agree.
It was just
That's why I brought it up.
It was so crazy.
I was watching video and I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe this is that. They're that.
Yeah, it was that, and it was bang on two bangs on a barrel slider. Don't swing. It was that obvious. It was crazy. Let's talk about some hockey though. Enough of that.
Pacific Division, 1 point separates first through fifth.
My boys leading on top, baby.
It doesn't matter.
If you would have told me, I predicted the Canucks to make the playoffs.
Oh my God!
I'm just saying.
They still might not make the playoffs.
I'm just saying. I predicted them to make the playoffs, right?
But they might not.
But I'm saying if you were to tell me they'd be first in the Pacific at All-Star break, I would have said you're crazy.
Well, I think if I had told you Arizona was in first, we'd have said you're crazy. A lot of people would have said that. Oh yeah.
I have never seen a division this tight.
Not this time of the year.
Vancouver is 9th in the NHL right now. If they would have lost the Sounds, they would have been 18th. That's how close the league is right now.
That's why we love hockey, right?
This division isn't going to settle itself out if it keeps like this. Probably like last 2 weeks of the year.
Oh, it's going to go down to the wire.
Yeah, it will.
So last week started out very good when I watched Brad Marchand whiff on the penalty shot. How fun was that?
I watched it like 80 times.
I still watch it. I
watched it live too, which was so fun.
If I'm having a bad day, I just put that on.
Couldn't have happened to a better person too.
Oh, God.
Or a worse person, I should say.
Today on the show, we're going to talk about an NHL player poll featured in The Athletic and talk about the responses. They're kind of interesting. Mm-hmm. Then we'll talk about who wants to be a coach in the National Hockey League. Probably not many, and I sure as hell wouldn't want to be right now.
You sign a 5-year deal and you're getting canned in the first 2 years.
And we'll go around the league, talk a little bit about Rask, Andersson, Perrault, not Svechnikov. I don't want to talk about him. Sergachev, another Russian. Hamilton, Crosby, Perry, and playoff format. Did we get it all there, Blake? Am I forgetting anything?
No, should be good. And we got 3 questions later.
We got 3 questions, and I'm asking Blake, and I don't know. We'll see if they're any good. A big thanks goes out to our sponsor, UBGM, Daily Fantasy Hockey, designed by hockey people. No money, just pride. Hey, hockey fans, are you ready for UBGM.com? A brand new daily fantasy hockey app designed and built for hockey fans by hockey fans. Do you have ideas that would make your daily fantasy hockey experience better? Sign up as a VIP at ubgm.com/the debate. Add your voice to the growing community of UBGMers. You'll get a sneak peek at the app, plus an opportunity to tell us what you like and what you want more of from daily fantasy hockey. Join us today at ubgm.com/the debate. UBGM, we love hockey. All right, Blake, let's talk players poll.
Let's go.
First, we need to plug The Athletic.
Yeah.
Because that's where we're getting
the
poll from.
Super good website. And
I talked you into getting it.
There was a student deal it was $30 for the whole year.
The Athletic is so good.
Like, it's
like I bought it right when it came out, and it is growing and growing and growing. It's so good. We recommend everybody go get a subscription.
Yeah, and you can every team's got their own writers and podcasts
and good writers,
super good writers,
the best writers in hockey.
Like the Canucks got Harmon Dial, and he does like.
Why does this always go to the Canucks?
I'm just using that as an example. Like he takes like clips from the game and like talks about plays and stuff like that. Yeah. It's super good. Like good breakdowns.
It's over the top.
Yeah,
but they had a poll. They had 10 questions.
Yeah,
10 questions. We're going to talk about 8 or 7 of them.
Yeah, there's a couple of them that weren't really relevant. But
all right, let's get started. And then at the end of this, Blake, I got 5 poll questions for you.
Sure.
That we can discuss.
Sure.
Some interesting. I just wanted to add a twist to it and get a little bit more of our own input.
Yeah.
All right. First question. Who is the best player in the game? 63% of the fans.
Players.
What am I talking about? Players responded with Connor McDavid, and I'm a little shocked at...
A little? I'm very shocked by this. Like we were talking about, I think it was, a month ago? That McKinnon is up there with McDavid.
I honestly, Blake, and I'm not joking, I think if I had my pick starting out, I think I might take McKinnon.
I mean, I don't think that would be that crazy of a pick. Like the guy...
Sidney Crosby gets 15, McKinnon gets 17, Pasternak gets 1, and Eichel gets 1.
So last year, Crosby had 48%. So
Crosby's probably better this year than last year.
That's what I'm saying. So like, what Crosby was hurt for 6 weeks? Does that maybe take a hit on him?
I don't know.
But what made Crosby go from 48 last year to 15 this year by the players?
Now, by no means am I ripping this, because I think this is amazing that they did this. But they pulled 392 players. Yeah. Now, I just hope that that's split equal between the West and the East.
Yes, like 150 and 150.
Because I feel like there's probably more from the East.
Let's say McDavid?
No. They just are answering
like
this.
Eastern Conference bias, you mean?
Well, no. I just feel like there's more writers, there's more teams.
In the East.
It's just more accessible. The players are more accessible in the East.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm full of it by that, and someone can text me and tell me I'm a dumbass. But I don't know. Now, question number 2.
I like this question.
I actually was going to puke when I read
Players.
Aside from your own goalie, what goalie would you want to start Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final for you? Carey Price got 33%, Fleury 23%, Vasilevsky 11%, Rask 7%, Jordan Binnington 7%.
The players know what they're talking about. Just like I've been saying this for the last week or month, 2 months. Carey Price is the best goalie in the world.
No, he's not.
He is.
No, he's not.
He is. He is.
Give me some evidence of that.
He's the best goalie in the world.
Give me evidence of that.
Olympic gold medals.
Blake,
he's won at every single level.
He has not won at the National Hockey League level.
Other than a Stanley Cup.
If the Montreal Canadiens... he's got nothing on any other goalie in this league.
Okay, that's not the question. The question isn't in the Cup final.
I wouldn't pick
Game 7.
I wouldn't pick him.
Really? Who would you take?
I'd take either... What
has Vasilevsky done that Price hasn't done? Nothing. They both won Vezina. Carey Price got a hard trophy.
But Vasilevsky's a lot better goalie right now in his career.
Why? Because he's 22 and Price is 30?
Well, Price has been dog shit for the last 2 months.
He's literally keeping the Canadians alive.
They're not alive.
They won 4 of the last 5.
Blake,
they're 6 points out of a playoff spot.
Okay, 7 days ago, you told me they were done, dead, never going to happen. You just said it last Monday night. Because the Monday before, you said they were going to make the playoffs. Last episode, if we need to rewind, I can edit that into this. You said they were dead.
No, you said they were dead.
They are dead. I said it the week before.
I don't think they're dead.
I said it for 3 weeks. They're dead.
Only 6 points out.
Blake, they have to jump 7 fucking teams.
No, they don't.
They're not getting into the playoffs.
What do you mean? Let's pull it up.
Or not 7. Okay, they got to jump 5 teams. It's not happening, Blake.
Let's look it up.
They have no offense.
It's coming back. Drew Ren and Gallagher are coming back after the All-Star break. That's 2 huge pieces.
I'm going to tell you something.
2 huge pieces.
I've ripped on Bergeron, but Bergevin. I think you know what's going to happen during this break. He's going to sit back with his paper and his roster and go.
How about Kovalchuk though?
You know what he's going to do? He's going to be like, time to sell.
You think?
I know so. This team can't win a Stanley Cup.
I'm not saying they can make...
So what are you going to do? What are you going to be wishy-washy, get the playoffs by 1 point, get knocked out in the first round, get the 13th draft pick, and be horseshit again next year? Is that what Habs fans want?
I don't know the direction that they want.
You know what direction they need to go? Complete teardown.
You can't do that with Carey Price and Shea Weber on your team.
Why?
You can't do that.
Why?
Because
they're going to
retool.
I'm sure the letter in the Montreal paper next week will be like, we're going to retool and be in the mucky middle for the next 5 years. I'm sure fans will love that.
Well, I mean,
they'll love that.
If this top 9 fully healthy,
they're not good,
would be one of the best in the NHL. Drouin, Kotkaniemi, Gallagher, Tatar, Deneau, Kovalchuk.
Tatar was junk.
How?
In the last... He was junk in Vegas. He's a healthy scratch.
Okay, and he went to Montreal with a fresh start and has done good. I mean, like Kovalchuk's got a point a game in Montreal uniform.
If you think he is not a point a game, by the way,
he's got 8 points in 8 games.
If you honestly think that this is a top 9 team, okay, let's go right down to your alley then on this one. Let's go down your alley on this one. So they have a better top 9 than Vancouver.
I mean, Vancouver's got a better top 6. I mean, they're a little thin on the bottom 6.
So I asked a question. Is the Montreal's top 9 better than Vancouver's top 9?
Probably not.
Exactly. You just said they're one of the best in the league.
When healthy. They're not healthy right now, though.
Okay, when healthy, are they the best? Are they better than Vancouver when they're healthy?
I mean,
No.
it's close.
No.
It's close.
No, it's not.
Their third line is better than Vancouver's.
Okay, who's comparable to Besser?
To Besser?
Yeah.
Probably Drouin.
Oh, give me a break. Drouin couldn't hold Besser's shorts.
Drouin was playing good when he got hurt. He broke his
Drouin
wrist.
couldn't hold Besser's shorts.
He
Okay,
was
so
having a good
who's equal to Pettersson?
There's nobody.
Not even close.
No. There's nobody close.
So who's close? Who's equivalent to Horvat?
I mean, Philip Deneau was.
Oh my God!
But they're similar. They're similar players.
Let me
They're
ask
similar
you this
players.
right now: If tomorrow, if Vancouver traded Horvat for Deneau,
No,
what would you do?
obviously not. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying you're wrong, Blake.
They play similar styles of. They both are good in face-offs, and they both play a good two-way game. Montreal's not a bad hockey team when they're healthy. You got Shea Weber back there. You got Carey Price in net. They're 6 points out of a playoff spot. They can still make the playoffs. Look at this. You go to the Atlantic, okay?
I'm not even going to talk. I'm going to let you try to justify this to our listeners, because all of our listeners right now are going, "This guy's crap."
No. Listen.
Okay, go ahead.
If you go to the division,
Fire away.
let me pull this up. This Wi-Fi would load.
I think you're.
No, listen. Okay, so Metropolitan Atlantic. Okay, Florida has 57 points. Montreal's 51.
Okay, so who
would you rather have, Bobrovsky or that kid in net in Florida, or Carey Price?
Oh, I'd rather take Florida's line.
Are you serious? You would rather have Bobrovsky's 4.7
No,
goals
I'm
against
not. I didn't
average?
say that. I'd rather have their top six. When you got Ilya,
I'm talking about in net. We're talking about goalies right now. Who would you rather have?
Bobrovsky.
No, you would not.
Yes, I would.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm not even joking.
Oh my God, they're 6 points out.
They have Tatar, Daniel, and Kovalchuk as the first line.
They're hurt. They're 2/3 their first line is hurt. Gallagher and Drouin are hurt.
Gallagher has been.
He's a 30 goal scorer, Brad.
Here's who they're missing. They're missing Gallagher, Drouin, Byron, and Juleson. You make it sound like they're missing Crosby, Malkin.
No. So Byron, you liked him in Calgary, no? He's a good bottom six forward, no?
Bottom six, yeah.
Yeah, he's fast, kill penalties, score goals. 20,
bottom six.
20 goal scorer if he gets an opportunity.
He ain't taking you to the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I didn't say that. But Gallagher and Drouin are two huge pieces of that offense.
Gallagher's not.
Are you serious?
Would you want him on your team?
Absolutely. 100% I would like him on my team.
Okay.
He's going to get so many offers next year. He's a UFA.
Okay. If he was so good, why aren't they re-signing him?
Well, they probably will. But I'm saying it.
No, I bet you they don't. I bet you they unload. I bet you they're sellers.
I doubt it. 6 points out, there's no way they're sellers. No way.
Well, then the poor Habs fans are going to have to deal with this horseshit team for another 3 years.
All right, what's the next question on this poll?
Who is the most underrated player? And I think we talked about this 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Players say Barkov 22%, Huberdeau 9%, Backstrom 8.3%, Jared Spurgeon 3%. And I think when we talked about underrated players, I think we named almost every one of those.
Mm-hmm.
I
don't think Spurgeon's that underrated. Barkov, yeah. I mean,
I said Huberdeau.
That's a no-brainer to me.
So is Huberdeau.
That is that. Two Florida guys too.
Huberdeau had 92 points last season.
Yeah, and nobody really talked about him.
No, at all.
No. Same with Barkov.
Question number 4. Who is the dirtiest player in the league?
Oh, this...
Marchand got 29%.
Man, this is a lot closer. I thought it would have been... I didn't think Kachuk should have been that high. I mean, I don't think he's that dirty.
Here's the difference, you guys. Here's what I don't understand. I'll read off who got what. Marchand got 29%, Wilson got 24%, Kachuk got 11%, Gudas got 7%, and Roussel got 3%.
Roussel's not even dirty.
Here's the difference that I don't understand. If you said most aggravating player,
sure, yeah,
I'd say Kachuk could be up there.
Yeah.
But name me one person that Kachuk has hurt.
None. Name me suspensions that Gudas has had.
Kachuk has not hurt anybody. He's aggravated a lot of people.
Yeah, he's
pissed a lot of people off.
He's in the head a lot of people, yeah.
But he's not hurt anybody. Now, Marchand hurts people.
Yeah.
Tom Wilson hurts people.
Yeah.
Radko Gudas
I don't know.
hurts people.
Anton Roussel, I mean...
Roussel has, but he's not. I wouldn't consider him over the top dirty.
Like, since he's come to Vancouver the last 2 years, he hasn't done anything malicious.
No.
I mean, he just works hard. He's like, I don't think he's. I thought Corey Perry should be on that list.
Absolutely.
He got multiple votes, but I thought he was up there.
Corey Perry's would be way ahead of Tkachuk.
Yeah.
By a mile. It should, in my mind, it should be Wilson, Marchand.
It's funny how
Corey Perry.
Brady Tkachuk's on this. Nazem Kadri's dirty too.
Nazem Kadri is more dirty than Tkachuk.
Taylor Hall's on this list that got multiple votes. I can't remember a time where he's done anything dirty.
You must be looking at an enhanced version than me.
Well, no, I'm just looking at this. I'm on the website.
Yeah, I know. Where do you see Taylor Hall's name?
It says players who receive multiple votes.
Where does it say
in
that?
fine print underneath here. Look.
It must be blind. Oh,
And
jeez.
it's super small.
I got to get my glasses out.
Yeah, it's super small. But he's the last one.
Okay, let's name them off. Corey Perry, yeah, he should have been on there. Brandon Lemieux, yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of dirty.
Zach Ronaldo, Garnet Hathaway, Zach Kassian. I don't know.
Perron.
Ryan Reeves. I wouldn't consider Ryan Reeves dirty.
He's just an old school player.
I consider him mean and tough to play against.
Yeah.
Malkin's on there. Lucic, I don't know if Lucic is dirty anymore, is he?
I mean,
Kind of,
he can't
maybe.
keep up to hit anybody.
I know, that's the thing. You know, you catch him, you got to hit him on Jesus. I don't know. Let's get moving on. The best defensive defenseman. Victor Hedman got 17. Shea Weber 10, McDonough 6, Giordano 6, Slavin 5. I would have said Hedman.
Well, I would have said Hedman too, but it doesn't surprise me that Shea Weber's that high. Still got it.
No, I like Shea Weber.
I love Shea
I've
Weber.
been pro Shea Weber forever.
Yeah. Ryan McDonough.
God, the list is long of people receiving multiple votes.
Yeah.
Ian Cole got multiple votes.
Who?
Ian Cole.
Yeah.
Alec Martinez
That must
did.
have been a teammate who did that.
Brian Dumoulin? Essa Lindell? Chris Tanev? Andy Green?
Chris Tanev. Whoa. Easy there, buddy.
I mean, like, oh, God.
He's a good defensive
He is not
defenseman.
even in the top 50.
Good defensive defenseman. Oh, this is defensive defense.
That's exactly my point.
That's why he got votes.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
That's why
I'm sure that's why
I
Ian...
thought this was best, like, all-around defenseman.
I'm sure that's why Ian Cole got it, too.
Defensive defenseman. There you go.
Good God, you are so delusional when it comes to Canucks. I'm not going to talk about the best and worst referees in the league.
Yeah. How funny was this? How
Players.
Justin St. Pierre got votes for the best, and then he got voted for the worst.
That just depends on the day of the week, right?
Speaking of this, how about Wes McCauley waving out both those players and getting Kachuk to take the face off?
Did you hear what he said to him?
That was good. He goes,
your mom's going to love this?
Your mom's going to love this. Yeah, that was so funny.
Yeah,
I was
like
what the
him.
hell is this guy doing?
I actually like him.
He's mic'd up all the time and gets fired
he's
up.
all right. He's all right.
Okay.
I don't know. Let's not talk about
The beer
thing because we don't know because we're not out there drinking beer with them. Outdoor games, too many, not enough, or just right?
I'd say just about right. They only got, what, two a year now?
Three. I would say, hey,
I'd say stick it to
58%.
two.
58% said just right. 23% said too many. 19% said not enough. I'd say too many.
Well, it's better than the, 6 they had a couple years ago?
I don't care. I think one a year, and it should be the All-Star game.
That's an interesting take. I don't mind that, actually.
That's what it should be.
In advanced stats. 86.
Okay, you're jumping ahead here, Blake. God, you're in like fast forward mode. You got a date or something tonight? Do we need to get this show wrapped up quick or what?
No.
Do we need pictures tonight? Do we need...
Yeah. Sweats and a sweater for a date. You use your head, man.
All right. Do you pay attention to advanced stats? 86% of the players said no, and 14% said yes. So let me ask you this question. Do you pay attention to advanced stats?
No.
I don't either.
Not a Corsi guy.
I'm not either.
I could care less of what I see. Some shit on Twitter sometimes is like GV percentage. I'm like, what the hell is this? And it's like second in the NHL. I was like, oh, okay, like does this matter to me? I just skip right through that.
I'm like, explain it a little bit so I know what GV stands for.
GV, it's like GV 5v5. I'm like, okay, like I don't understand this. I
don't either.
I don't get it.
The final question: if you could change one rule, what would it be?
See some of the quotes in here?
Blake,
F no. Listen,
can I
this guy
answer
said,
this?
F no, said an Atlantic Division player. I think they're stupid.
Well, I think a lot of players think they're stupid.
Yeah.
Unless they're high on one of them.
True.
I'm sure some players use it in their negotiation for their contracts.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
If you could change one rule, what would it be? 16% of the players said remove puck over the glass penalty. 14 said no more offside challenges. 5% said no shootouts. 5% said trapezoid removed. And 5% said 10-minute overtime. I agree with all of them.
Those 5% of no shootouts were all goalies.
No, I don't think players like them either.
You don't think?
Hell no, it's not a fair way to determine games.
Yeah.
If I could do that, I'd play 10-minute overtimes. I'd get rid of the trapezoid. I'd get rid of shootouts completely. I would say no challenges on anything anymore. And I'd like to remove the puck over glass, but I'd also go one step further, and I'd go with what Youth USA Hockey has, where you can't ice the puck on a penalty.
I remember my question.
What?
I saw a tweet today, and it said, if you take a penalty and they score on a delayed penalty, should you still get a penalty? If you two-handed a guy and broke his stick,
they've talked about that a lot.
And the guy goes down and scores, so the goal count, and you still get a penalty.
Is that not the case in USA Hockey Youth?
It is. Like, it's in the ACHA, like college hockey. That's a rule. Yeah. And I'm like, wait, what?
I'm totally fine for it. You know what else I think you should be able to do? You really want to cut down on penalties and up scoring? Why do we let the guy out of the penalty box when we score?
Jeez, have to stay in there for 2 minutes?
Why not? Would that not cut down on stupid penalties?
If you know, like, if you're in there for the full 2 minutes or 4 minutes for that matter.
Well, my question is, the penalty is 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Why are we letting the players out?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just bringing up different things.
Yeah.
I'd like to get rid of all reviews.
Especially get rid of shootouts.
All reviews.
Give me, like, the 10-minute overtime, you don't even need it. Just give me a 7, please.
What, and just end them in the tie if it's a tie?
Like, keep a shootout. I think like, if you added 2 more minutes to an overtime, like, 2 more minutes would not hurt the TV. An extra 5 probably would, like, maybe push it.
What's the difference? Have you ever seen a shootout go 18 rounds? It takes forever.
Yeah, the shootout outdoors was doing 17 rounds.
Let me ask you a couple questions. I'll do my own little poll here.
Okay.
If you could move one franchise, who would it be and where would it be?
I would move the Florida Panthers to Quebec City.
I'm with you on that. I'll move a different one since you're moving that one.
Okay. You're going to move Carolina?
No, I would like to, maybe. You know I hate Carolina. I would move Arizona.
Okay, yeah, that's my next guess.
To...
Don't say Houston.
No.
Okay, I was about to smack the shit out of you.
No, you know what? Let me take that back. Piss on it. You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to go back old school. I'd like to move Carolina back to Hartford.
Yeah.
Where they belong.
I wouldn't mind that. You're going to piss off a lot of Canes
They
listeners.
already don't like me.
They're sensitive.
They are sensitive. God, you'd swear they were good or something.
They lost their all-star defenseman.
Oh, no.
We'll talk about that later.
If you were in charge of the schedule, what changes would you make? I knew you were going to be stumped on this one.
I would have...
Let me guess.
I would have more games, like, within closer proximity. Or
Proximity. Yeah. What I would do, and I think you'll agree with this. Just hear me out.
Please.
No, I'm not saying that. Just listen to me. Right now, if you're a Western Conference team, you play every Eastern team at home and on the road.
Twice, yeah.
I think it should rotate every year. You play the Atlantic.
Oh, so like baseball.
Let's just hear me out.
In baseball, you play the other league's division every single year.
Yes.
So you play the NL East 1 year, the NL West next year. Yeah.
So there's more games against your rivals in your conference. It's less travel.
I could see that.
It'll cut back on travel.
Yeah.
It'll cut back on expenses.
And you'll get to play, Vancouver will play a team like Calgary 6 times instead of 3.
Which is better.
Which is good. Or 7, 8 times maybe.
They used to play 8 and it was freaking great.
Yeah.
Now, if you could, there's my next question. I think you're going to like this. If you could see one player get his ass kicked, who would you pick?
Brad Marchand. He needs it.
You know who's a close second for me, though? Corey Perry.
Corey Perry could hold his own. Brad Marchand couldn't. Corey Perry could fight.
I know, but why doesn't he?
He's tough. Corey Perry's a tough Canadian boy. Brad Marchand, turtle. He's like Kachuk, turtling over here.
Kachuk would beat up Brad Marchand.
I think he would. I think Kachuk would beat up Cassian.
I think he'd hold his own.
I think they got to go.
Oh, God.
They got to go.
Who already don't like me.
They got to go. If I'm the two coaches, I'm putting them out there, and they go right off the draw.
League would freaking...
I don't give a shit what the leagues. They got to just get out of the way. Go right off the opening draw. Stage fight. Let's go.
I'm for it.
And then you don't have to chase him down the whole game.
How funny would it be? How funny would it be
if he just punched
if
one
Kachuk
punch
just KO'd Cassian? Edmonton Oilers.
And then he goes like...
Yeah, it just... as he goes right by the Edmonton bench. God.
Yeah, he might get
Edmonton fans.
Is it in Calgary or is it in Edmonton?
It's in Edmonton.
29th. Right after All-Star break, isn't it?
Yeah. Edmonton fans would lose their minds if that happened.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. If you could bring one player out of retirement and have him play at his prime level in today's game, who would it be?
Scott Stevens. I don't think he'd last a period. The guy gets suspended so many times. No, honestly, I would probably say Eric Lindros. That guy was good.
Mm-hmm.
That guy was good.
I would like to see how many points Theo Fleury could put up in today's game.
Why? Because it's less whacking and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
That guy could fly.
He put up a ton of points dealing with guys a foot taller than him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. That guy, I think, would be amazing to watch now.
Yeah.
Okay, final one. Besides your favorite team, which is the Canucks for Blake.
Yeah.
If you didn't know that, you'd have to have never listened to us before. What team do you watch the most other than your favorite team?
Well, I mean, they usually probably Montreal. They play the same day most days. I just watch a doubleheader, 6 and 9. Serious.
Okay, that's why you're a big Carey Price.
Well, yeah, I watch Montreal a lot.
Okay.
Well, my dad's a Habs fan, so I kind of have a soft spot for Montreal, just because I grew up with watching the Habs with my dad and stuff. So they're still not out of the playoffs. They're.
I will bet you whatever.
You already owe me a coffee.
You already owe me.
For what? What do we bet on?
All right. Who wants to be an NHL coach now? Because I wouldn't. There has been
What a joke.
7 firings.
Is this a record?
No.
God.
Oh, there was 11 a couple years ago.
A couple years ago?
I'm almost positive it was 11 a couple years ago. There's been 18 since the start of last season.
That's over.
We've turned the league over. Half the league.
The league has got new coaches.
Yep. Now, when it was announced that Gerard Gallant was fired in Vegas and Peter DeBoer was hired, I can't remember what you tweeted me. You were like, wow, or something like that. And I tweeted some derogatory comment back. But
what?
We were sitting on the couch. You tweeted me saying, wow, Gallant got fired.
I texted you.
Yeah, texted me.
Yeah,
not tweeted me.
Yeah, okay.
And I send you some derogatory remark back. But
no.
It blew my mind, though. Weren't you shocked?
I was shocked. But the only reason I think that this happened was they really wanted Peter DeBoer and they didn't think they could get him in the offseason.
But it was reported by the most credible source in hockey, Elliot Friedman, that they were close to extending him.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks ago.
So what happened? They're
That's
literally
what I
tied
mean.
for a playoff
They're
spot.
freaking...
A point out of the division
What
lead.
does this ownership group think?
I saw an article.
Like, do they forget that there's 30 other teams trying to win a Stanley Cup
I
too?
saw an article that said, did Vegas listen to their fans for the first time in
Their
history?
fans were pissed.
I know.
Their fans are freaking pissed.
But
they're making shirts now. Like, they have shirts they're pissed.
Yeah.
They liked Gallant.
I don't like... Oh, boy.
So what do you mean, listen to their fans?
Like, their fans were... Well, I read an article and said some fans want Gallant gone. I read an article about that. It was on Sportsnet.
Well, good. Now they got their wish. They got their rivals coach. Is that awkward as all get up? What if Daryl Sutter went and coached the Canucks? Wouldn't you be like, oh boy?
Yeah, I probably
wouldn't feel right,
I
would
probably
it?
wouldn't like that. Because he coached the Kings and the Flames.
How about if Bill Peters came?
No. That guy's never going to coach again.
He should. I love that guy. Anyways, well, that's another story. But, I mean, you don't want your rivals coach, do you?
Probably not.
I don't. I don't know.
They had that epic playoff series last year, too.
I know.
That 5-minute major.
So Vegas fires Gallant on the 15th of January. Laviolette gets fired from Nashville on the 6th of January. Montgomery gets fired from Dallas on December 11th.
Yeah.
Hines from New Jersey on December 3rd. Bill Peters from Calgary on November 29th. Babcock from Toronto on the 20th. Will any more coaches get fired this season? Blashill?
How is he not fired?
Well, it's not his fault.
I get that, but it gets to a point where it's like, do I even want to coach this team anymore?
Well, you got to be ready to be in it for the long haul, right?
I mean,
is this something that's going to continue?
The
Do you think
Rangers,
next year we're going to see this?
no.
You don't think you'll think that'll cool down and coaches won't get fired?
It'll cool down a bit.
I don't think so.
Like who?
We're living in a world now.
I can't think of a team. Okay, so Philly.
Okay, we did this 2 weeks ago, Blake, and we're like, I don't see a team in the world that's going to fire anybody.
Washington, no. Pittsburgh, no. Islanders, no. Columbus, probably not.
Why would you fire Tortorella?
Carolina, no. Brad Brenner's done a good job. Or Philly, no. New Jersey just got a new one. Rangers, maybe. They got Dave Quinn.
Oh, he's new.
Boston, no.
Claude Julien.
Tampa Bay, no.
Claude Julien.
Florida, no. Claude Julien, probably, maybe. I would. You know what I'd do? I'd fire Julien and hire Gallant.
Wait a second.
See if it sparks the team. Seriously, he's a better coach than Julien.
They won't hire him. They won't hire Gallant. Guess why?
He's French. Why not?
He won't. No, he's not French. He can't speak French. That's why they wouldn't hire him.
Is he not French?
No.
He's from the Maritimes.
They said on 31 Thoughts he doesn't speak French. How do you know he's from the Maritimes?
He's from the Maritimes.
I don't think so.
Yes, he is, dude.
Well, I don't know. They said on 31 Thoughts he doesn't speak French, so that Montreal wouldn't hire him, which to me is complete racial profiling if you want to get technical on this, right?
I guess.
I mean, holy cow. I don't know. I don't see any more coaches getting fired this year. It's getting too late in the year.
Yeah, he's from Summerside, Canada.
No, I don't know. They said he doesn't speak French.
It's on the East Coast.
It doesn't mean he has to speak French.
I mean, most people from Maritimes, that's their first language. So that's what I'm saying.
Oh, so I'm not going to argue that.
It wouldn't surprise me if he didn't speak a little.
I'm just relaying what those guys said, and they seem to know a hell of a lot more.
I think he's going to get picked up super quick. He's such a good coach.
Do you think it's this year?
I think he stays, unless a team really needs a coach.
Ooh.
Like Montreal, I think.
Well, there's a lot of coaches that are interims right now, like Dallas.
Well, and
Dallas wanted him. Dallas wanted Gallant
before
he went to Vegas.
Yeah. I don't know.
But how do you tell Rick Bowness? Yeah, you got this team rocking since you took over.
Well, Rick Bowness he's been a long-time assistant coach. Yeah? This is the first time he's been a head coach.
No, it's not the first time. He was a head coach of the Ottawa Senators.
Oh, you're right. And he was a long-time assistant coach of Vancouver, and then he went to Tampa Bay.
He's been all over. The guy knows the ropes.
Yeah. I think he'll jump in next year. Same with Babcock. I think he'll be back next year too.
Babcock won't be back.
I think he'll be back next year.
No.
Somebody will hire him.
He'll get fired. I guarantee he's done something wrong in his life. Players would come out and be like,
well, they already have.
Mr. Commissioner? I don't know.
What's the next topic?
Let's go around the league, talk about some various things throughout the league. And let's start it off with a Canucks situation. Yannick Perrault, irate by elbow from Jake Virtanen. What do you think? Let's listen to his... Well, first off, He was upset because there was no call.
Yeah.
And then he flew off the handle in his press conference after the game.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what got him in a little bit of hot water.
You know, player safety, like this is literally an elbow to the face to a guy that didn't have the puck. I see him coming, I brace for a hit. It was a late hit, I never had the puck, and he flicks his elbow to my face, and they're not going to do anything about it. So now I got to take matters in my own hand next time this happens, and I get to swing my stick across his forehead, and I shouldn't get suspended then. I don't really know what to say. Like I can't really protect myself there. If the league's not going to protect me, then I'm the smallest guy on the ice, so I can't really fight anybody. So the only thing I can do to defend myself is use my stick. So next guy that does that to me is going to get my stick, and I better not get suspended for it.
Okay.
This guy is crazy. He thinks he can do a Donald Brashear and get Marty McSorley and not get suspended.
Didn't it sound like an episode from Slapshot?
It honestly did. I listened to that. I was like, is this guy actually being serious? I would love to see him do that and see if he gets suspended. He get 20 games.
I thought it was hilarious. And you know what?
Did I think the Vertan hit was kind of dirty? Yeah, I kind of thought it was. He caught him up in the head.
Yeah. It wasn't like over the top.
It wasn't vicious, but he could have got a game.
Yeah.
But I mean, to say shit like that, I'm just like, you got to relax.
You can't tell me, though, that when you heard it, you didn't love it. And you also, everybody that got it grabbed their phone and was like, when do these two teams play again? You did.
They don't play again this year.
Don't they?
No.
I mean,
they're done. They might play in the playoffs.
But did you see he apologized the next day? Big shocker, because his cell phone was ringing off the hook.
Cheveldayoff go, hey, you need to apologize right now.
No, maybe that was the league was calling, going, listen here, buddy, you say that stuff, you better retract your statements, because that's not right. Tuukka Rask gets elbowed in the head by Emil Benstrom. What do you think of that? Did he get hit that hard, or is this Boston Bruins fans jumping to conclusions again?
Yeah, there's jumping to conclusions.
He did get hit in the head, though, and now he's out on long-term IR with a concussion. And the player was skating by him. Let me rephrase this. If that was Matthew Tkachuk right now, the whole hockey world would be coming to an end.
Yep. No.
Right?
I don't know. It's just so stupid.
Am I right, though?
It's dumb.
Suspension worthy?
No.
So you can skate by and elbow a goalie in the head.
Oh, are we talking about the Marchand thing?
No, I'm talking about when Tuukka Rask got elbowed in the head by Emil Benstrom.
Oh.
What are you, like, in a daze here, or what?
I thought we were talking about Marchand getting hit by Letang. Or hit on Letang.
Who gives a crap? No. That was two cheap assholes rolling around with themselves.
I thought it was kind of dirty. And now Tuukka Rask is done for the year, probably.
Well, and not done for the year.
Concussion's the second one this year.
Yeah, you don't know that.
Well, the Bruins are pretty serious about it.
But the Bruins get pissed about everything.
I know, but I'm just saying, he's probably a Vezina candidate for this year.
Speaking of injuries, Dougie Hamilton breaks his fibula out for season. That was an ugly, ugly one. Don't watch it.
Please, if you have a weak stomach, do not watch his left leg. It literally snaps in half before it even hits the boards. It was kind of like that Brandon thing that we saw.
Yeah.
It was like it just snapped on him. It was just like disgusting. And they showed like 6 angles. I was like, I don't need to see this.
I know. Why do networks do that?
Oh.
Frederik Andersson gets the Bronx cheer after making a save in a 5-1 game the other night. Do Leafs fans realize how important this guy has been to them this year?
Do Leaf fans realize that he's the only reason if they make the playoffs?
They might not they're not in the playoffs right now.
They have no backup goalie.
I don't know. Leafs fans are crazy when it comes to stuff like this. It actually pissed me off. It actually made
If you were going to give your goaltender a Bronx cheer, he's the only reason why they're...
Matt Murray got a Bronx cheer the other night, too. And you hear was it Crosby or Malkin said, hey, that's what Philly fans do, not Pittsburgh fans?
Yeah. I mean, it's...
Good comment.
It's a joke. I mean, Freddie Anderson's the most important player outside of Matthews on that roster. He's more important than Mitch Marner.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
you have to have a good goalie.
Freddie Anderson has had a rough go. This guy he's just flat out been bad.
Nice.
Like he's had
some struggles lately.
I think it's the last 12 games.
But he also sees a lot of shots.
His goals against average is near 4.
Well,
the last 12 games.
Name me a goalie that hasn't went through a little.
No, but 12 games isn't a little slump. That's 2 weeks of hockey. That I mean, he's only allowed fewer than 2 goals twice in that stretch.
He had a good game against Calgary the other night.
Yeah. I mean, who won that game?
Calgary 2-1 at a shootout.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Sergachev from Tampa Bay lays out Jack Eichel, fights McCabe after his clean hit on Eichel.
Now, why do you have to fight?
And he didn't, but he freaking beat the hell out of McCabe, too.
He did.
God, I loved watching that. It was just intense.
I get where McCabe's coming from. You obviously want to stick up for your captain.
Well, yeah, but I just keep thinking, is this 1980 or is it 2020? Which one are we going to go with?
Yeah.
Why does he not get suspended?
Yeah.
How, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. There's almost needs to be some cold hard rules on that, where it's
Did you see Alexander Edler's hit on the bank on Saturday?
I did.
I liked it. I wish he did more of that.
It was dirty.
No, it wasn't.
It's the same thing as
Shoulder to shoulder.
It was. I know, but he was it predatory?
Keep your head up.
I'm with you, but I'm trying to compare it to the Kachuk hit on Cassian. They'll say, well, he went out of position to hit a player.
But Cassian was coming around the net.
What's the difference? He went out of position to hit a player.
Stepped down.
He went out. Same with Kachuk. He stepped down. Went out of position to hit a player.
Yeah.
It's the same thing Edler did.
I get it.
And Kachuk's hit was with his back, basically his ass and shoulder.
Yeah.
And Edler's with his shoulder.
Yeah.
But he went out of
both clean hits.
Both clean hits, but both predatory, right?
I guess, yeah.
I mean, I didn't have a problem with it.
No. Keep your head up, though. Like, you're coming out of the corner. Like, get your head up.
2 years ago, we used to yell at players. You got to keep his head up, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what fans want anymore.
Yeah.
Power play. The Bruins missed the net 5 times. Bluger back. Letang with one wide. Finessed in front. Score on a beautiful pass from Crosby. It's Bluger roofing one. 3-2. Beyond 2 back the other
So
way.
Crosby's back. And I'm not kidding you. I don't know if Pittsburgh's not the Stanley Cup favorite right now.
Pittsburgh literally went on a run for 6 weeks without Crosby, and now one of the best players in the world is back in the lineup.
4 games, 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points.
Is that the one where he bounced it off the net? And
No, that was the one where he's in the corner and he went between his legs. And it just
yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I saw that. But his first game back, he went off.
I saw that
off
one
the net to himself, backdoor tap, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
It's he's out of this world.
Crazy.
This team is
Scary good. If they get good goaltending in the playoffs, look, I wouldn't want to play that team.
Crazy good.
I wouldn't want to play that team.
Corey Perry. We're going to talk about Corey Perry again this week.
What about him?
Alex Stalock in the head. And Alex Stalock is pissed off about this. And he goes on to say, it's a 6-7-0 game. He's like, I don't know why he can't help himself out there. He clearly need me in the head. It's only 2 weeks ago he had to take the long walk at the outdoor because he elbowed a guy in the head.
Yeah.
He can't help himself.
He literally just got back from
He said, hopefully the league looks into it. There's no need for this in the league. He knows he's wrong. He knows he makes bad plays. It's stupid. Yeah. And I agree.
Yeah,
it is stupid.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really have more to talk about for that.
2 more quick things and then we'll roll on to 3 questions.
Okay.
Have you looked at who plays who if the playoffs started today?
Now Calgary plays Edmonton.
So let's read it off.
And Toronto plays... Oh, no, Toronto's not in the playoffs.
They're not even in the playoffs.
Yeah, they would have been playing...
So I'm gonna read it off quick.
Yeah.
And you tell me who wins each series.
Okay.
Washington, Carolina.
Washington.
Pittsburgh, New York Islanders.
Islanders. I like their goaltending better.
You just said 2 seconds ago Pittsburgh is the best team in the league.
I don't like their goaltending.
Boston, Columbus.
The way that goalie's been playing in Columbus. Elvis, yeah. He's like 3 shouts his last 5 starts. I would take Boston, though.
Tampa, Florida.
Tampa. Oh, I don't know. That's a tough one. Well, Bobrovsky's going to show up. Like I'd rather have Florida's forwards right now.
Do you want to know who I pick? I pick Washington, Pittsburgh, Boston, Tampa.
Yeah.
One else safe. Okay, here's the West. St. Louis, Arizona.
St. Louis.
St. Louis. Colorado, Dallas.
Colorado.
Dallas.
Colorado.
Dallas.
Colorado.
Can you believe I'm saying that?
Colorado.
I believe that. Vancouver, Vegas.
Vegas.
Vancouver.
I do not want to play Marc-Andre Fleury in a 7-game series. I'm sorry, I just don't.
Calgary, Edmonton.
Calgary.
Calgary.
Yeah.
Be a good series.
I don't know. Like, the thing is, the reason why I picked Vegas against Vancouver is because Marc-Andre Fleury is literally 14-0 his last 14 starts against us. He's the Canucks' father. He owns us.
One last question before 3 questions. Do you like the playoff, or not the playoff, do you like the point system we use now where it's 2 points for a win?
Yeah, the point format's fine. We are not going to soccer and give him 3 points for a win.
Why? It makes way more sense.
No. 3 points for
Vancouver's
regulation.
in first place if they do that. You know that.
What are you talking about?
I got the breakdown right in front of me as of today. If they went to a 3-2-1 system, Vancouver's in first place in the Pacific. Edmonton's in second. Vegas is in third.
Well, Vancouver's still in first place right now.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's not a whole lot different. That's my point, Blake.
Okay. All right.
In the Central, it would be St. Louis, Colorado, Dallas, Winnipeg. Mm-hmm. And in the Pacific, it'd be Vancouver, Edmonton, Vegas, Arizona, Calgary.
So Calgary wouldn't be in the playoffs.
5 points would points would separate them.
Out of a playoff spot?
No, from top of the division.
Oh, okay. And now it's just one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how much do you like it now? I'm serious. This 3-2-1 is the way to go.
So 3 wins for a regulation win, 2 points for an overtime / shootout win, and 1 point for an overtime shootout loss? Is that how that would work?
No, it's 0 points if you lose.
Yeah. 1 point for an overtime / shootout loss.
Yeah. 2 points for an overtime win.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, and 3 points for a win. Do you know what I think they should do? You know what I think they should do? 2 points for a win, 0 for a loss. There's no overtime points.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all.
You know what that does to the standings?
Well,
You wanna hear the-
Boston has like 15 overtime losses.
Boston would be leading the Atlantic if that was the case.
How many they have lots of overtime losses.
I don't know. It doesn't say here, but they would if we went to a no points for overtime loss system, they would be tied for the lead with Tampa Bay right now.
Where would Vancouver be?
Vancouver would be number 2. They'd be tied for first. Edmonton would be 1. Vancouver would be 2. Arizona would be 3. Vegas would be 4. Calgary would be 5. 4 points would separate first to fifth, which would still be good.
Yeah. Yeah, I just keep it as the same.
No, I want to change in that. I don't like it.
They won't.
I don't like it.
NHL's a traditional league. They won't do that.
Oh, I'm the most traditional guy you'll ever meet, right?
Guess.
Inside Edge Hockey News. Dropping the gloves. And stirring the pot.
It's time for 3 questions.
All right, Blake, my turn to ask you. You're like a little 9th grade schoolgirl today. Your attention span's horseshit.
Mm-hmm. Still a good episode, though. Not as good as a couple weeks ago.
Come on, Blake. Gotta wake up, man.
2 weeks ago was a good one.
All right, first question. Funny how this one comes up again. Will the Montreal Canadiens trade Ilya Kovalchuk before deadline? And if so, do you think teams would even be interested?
I think there'd be teams interested. He's on a 2-way contract. I think he looks honestly rejuvenated in Montreal. He looks like he's having fun playing the game again.
I'm just asking. Do you think they'll trade him?
Well, it depends where they're at come deadline. I can't answer that question right now.
Okay. Well,
If they're out of it come deadline, somebody will want him. That's all I'll say. But I don't think they're going to be
moving on to the next question because Blake is bitter about the Montreal Canadiens. Elliot Friedman reported that Edmonton and Cassian are close to re-signing a 4-year...
They have signed a 4-year deal.
No, they have not.
At $3.25 a year.
Did it just go down before this episode, just today?
Well, it was reported on Saturday, headlines. Well, Well, it was like
they're close to signing the deal. 4 years, right around $3.5 to $4 million worth. Is he worth 4 years at $3.5 million?
That's what you get for playing with McDavid, I guess.
I'm saying
he's not worth that much.
If they think that that's their answer to play on a first line, that team will not make the playoffs.
No.
Or excuse me, go deep in the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't know. If Cassian's making the same amount as your starting goalie, that's a problem. No.
Did you hear Erik Karlsson's comments? This is my question number 3. Is Erik Karlsson's recent comments a sign of giving up?
Oh, on Saturday's second intermission against the Canucks? Yeah.
He stated that it's a challenge right now, and you have to push through it, and it's not fun to play right now.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's just being honest. I mean, Sounds he's not a good hockey team. We've said that many times.
I know, but do you want a leader of your team?
I'd rather my leader be honest than beat around the bush.
So basically, he's just foregoing the rest of the season.
He's saying that the team. I mean, they got their captains hurt for 8 weeks. I mean, they're not going to get goaltending. Their special teams is dead last in the NHL.
So you want one of your leaders saying that?
He's being honest.
I know, but
it's no different than Couture calling out the guy for being lazy in overtime. He's being honest. Who cares? They're not making playoffs.
I don't disagree with that comment, but okay. Listener questions really good this week. Christopher Smestead, Columbus, Ohio. The Columbus Blue Jackets had Bobrovsky leave them last year for $70 million.
Yeah, I saw this question on Twitter.
Did you see this question?
Yes.
They are currently paying 3 goalies less than $3 million combined.
Yeah. Korpisalo's hurt.
They have been very successful, third best in save percentage actually at this point.
Yeah.
And are currently in a playoff spot when this team was left for dead in the offseason.
Yep.
Is paying a number one goalie a thing of the past? And is having 2 lower played 1A, 1B the wave of the future in goaltending in the NHL?
Well, I think it is. If you like for Calgary, for instance, they got Riddick and Talbot for under $5 million. Markstrom Demko under $5 million. 2 really good tandems. I think you're going to start seeing more teams not give goalies top dollars.
I think it's smarter not to.
I wouldn't give a goalie over 7. I don't think
no way I would. I wouldn't give a goalie over 4. I'd want 2 of them.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. I don't know.
Do you know anything tonight, Blake? Do you want to be here?
Well, no. It's a tough question to answer because if you got a guy like Carey Price, you got to give him a blank check.
But what is that helping Montreal?
Your hands are tied.
No, they're not. You don't have to sign it.
Oh, you're just going to let him walk? Get out of here, dude. Stop.
But what if it's not? It's not helping the Montreal Canadiens. Blake, they haven't won anything.
But you still got to give him that contract.
Oh, just so they can make him happy.
You want it? You want to? If you know how to Carey Price, your team's horseshit.
No.
Yes.
No. Because of that big contract, the rest of the team is horseshit.
Okay, but to answer your question though, I don't think their teams are going to be more smart with it.
You think they are, or you don't think they are?
I think they will.
I think it's a 1A, 1B from now on in this league.
You have to have 2 good goalies to win.
I mean, you can't have one good pitcher in baseball. I mean, what?
Yeah.
I mean, the season's a long grind.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any way of getting around that. Check us out on Twitter at Debate Hockey, Facebook, the Debate Hockey Podcast, and make sure you support our sponsor, UBGM.
Wouldn't it be incredible if there was a daily fantasy sports app that was built for hockey? And not just an afterthought to football and other sports? We are excited to introduce UBGM.com, the first hockey-centric daily fantasy app. UBGM will be launching later this fall and needs your feedback. Expert, casual, and new players welcome. Sign up at ubgm.com/thedebate to become a VIP member. Get connected. The Debate Hockey Podcast can be found on Twitter at Debate Hockey. Also, make sure you check us out on our Facebook page, The Debate Hockey Podcast. Brad Burud can be found on Twitter at Brad Burud, and co-host Blake Friars can also be found on Twitter at Friars_Blake. If you like what you hear, please rate and review us on Apple Podcast. The Debate Hockey Podcast can be found on all major podcast players. And please consider subscribing to the Inside Edge Hockey News on Patreon. That'll get you exclusive content and much more. Thanks again, and enjoy the hockey action.
Kevin Bieksa had come up and had a word with Westgarth a moment ago, and now Bieksa is going to face off against Westgarth, so the defenseman moves up for the Canucks.
Tortorella at the Vancouver bench is already looking at the
and here we
Calgary
go.
bench.
Line brawl to start this game.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of the Debate Hockey Podcast with your host, Brad Burud. For more great content and to stay up to date, visit InsideEdgeHockeyNews.com and on Twitter at InsideEdgeHOCKE and Facebook at Inside Edge Hockey News. We'll catch you next time.
This has been a production of Inside Edge Hockey News Radio, copyrighted and distributed by the Inside Edge Hockey Media Group.